are just hanging out and chatting today. I was in the middle of working on my laptop and it died. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna blame it on Mercury retrograde and go do some other things for work. And I thought I'd make a little vid with you guys in live and hang out. I wish I could see if this was a good angle or not, but you know, we're just gonna rock with what we got. Sending you guys so much love today. I hope you're feeling amazing and that September's treating you well. I love this time of year, honestly. I find it so magical, so beautiful. Today's topic, I just wanted to casually chat about how Cancer really awakened my psychic intuitive gifts in life, brought me back to myself, made me go through so much spiritual awakenings and deaths and rebirths. And I think anyone who's gone through like trauma or pain or sickness or something in their life can relate to it in a way of it completely changing you, you know, whether that is physically, spiritually, emotionally, whether you have awoken to your own intuitive gifts or not. Like, pain and trauma changes you as a person completely. But I feel like it changed me for the better. I've always felt a little bit different and a little bit intuitive and tapped into like the witchy side of life, and I don't know, witchy side of life. I hate using the word psychic because I don't really resonate with that word, but it's just like a commonly known word, right? I've always felt different in that way, but I think I always like denied my intuition growing up, and you know, that inner voice, our inner calling, our inner compass that we all have. Like, we all have this inner knowing. We can ask ourselves questions, and you know, we're always going to get an answer. Like, we have a guidance system within us. You guys, I'm being kind of gross, and I bought a sugar-free Red Bull, and I haven't had one in such a long time. It's pretty good. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, kind of. I don't know. It's different. It reminds me of like my middle school days, honestly. But it's ice cold, so I'm feeling it. I'm just casually chatting with you guys from the heart. I hope that's cool. I just thought it would be fun to spontaneously come on live today. Chat while Mercury retrograde decides to do whatever it wants with my laptop. Oh my gosh. I think I awakened so deeply through Cancer because as soon as I got diagnosed, I really went into hermit mode, and I went through so much seeking and learning on my own in solitude. And I really think in life, when we tap into a time of solitude, a time of self-reflection, and truly focus on our self-growth, whether, you know, you're going through something that forces you into that self-reflection and that self-growth, or you're just like doing it because you want to do it, right? You want to do it for your own progression. That's really the time in life where we come back to ourselves and we can really start to learn about ourselves again. We learn about our pain. We learn about old wounds from childhood, all the childhood trauma. We learn about just like, I dove into spirituality so heavily when I was going through Cancer because I was trying to heal myself naturally, and I feel like I just really isolated myself, and through that isolation I found God again. And I know that's not everybody's path, but it definitely was mine. Like, going into isolation and trying to heal myself from Cancer made me like block out the 3D world a lot in this life, and I really had to tune into my internal world. And yeah, it was such a huge time of introspection. And I think people who can relate, who've gone through Cancer and gone through pain have probably also found like spirit in some way. It's hard not to, honestly. Like when you go through a traumatic event, even any form of like life, you think about anyone who's gone through a life or death like event in some way, a lot of people talk about how they found God or how they've, you know, awoken to themselves again. Hi, Michaela! Oh my gosh, my laptop died, so I was just like, I'm gonna go do a live and chat about how cancer made me psychic. LOL. It's so funny. We're just casually chilling here. I hope you guys are doing really good today. I feel like when things go awry, I've learned in life that I try to adapt to them now rather than sink into sadness or anxiety, even though all these things, it's okay to be anxious, it's okay to be sad, blah blah blah, but sometimes you gotta keep going. You gotta give yourself grace, but you gotta keep going. You gotta change things and try new things or different ways, even if something's not going your way. That's been a big little learning lesson that I've gone through this summer. But anyways, what am I saying? Pain and trauma can definitely wake us up, and I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate. And that's why I'm so fucking grateful for it, you know, like, despite it, I would never do it again, right? If I could go back, I would never have tried to heal myself naturally. I would never have gone on that journey. I would never recommend anyone go on that journey, but it was my journey. And I've totally accepted that and have been so proud of myself for it and so grateful for my journey because it's my hero's journey, you know? It's what woke me up. I wouldn't be me now without the journey that I went on. Oh my god, I wish I could see your chat, Michaela. I don't know how to use chat on live. Every single time I go on, it comes up and then it just goes away, so I can't even like read your message. I don't know. I'm sorry. I would love to figure it out to make the chat stay. Maybe we should talk because I have no idea how to make the chat just like stay up so I can talk to people. It's kind of frustrating. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place on live. That's just how it is. It's just how it is. And we all have a different journey of what wakes us up in life, and that's so fucking beautiful. So I just love hearing everyone's different perspectives about what they've gone through to wake them up, you know? It's just crazy what brings us back to ourselves in life. What shakes us awake in life. It's crazy. Like, as humans, why some of us choose the hardest path to awaken, why some of us go through the dark nights of the souls, why some of us choose death to come back to life, right? I always wonder that with humans. I'm like, why do we choose the hardest path in order to awaken? But it must be some sort of like soul contract or something we incarnate here on. Like, I chose to die in a lot of ways and completely lose my body and lose myself and all these things in order to like rebirth from the ashes and continue to level up and become my most magical self now and most like evolved self and following my passions, doing whatever the F I want in life, not caring about what other people think anymore, like so many things, right? And I just think it's fascinating that humans sometimes have to choose the pain before we can experience happiness in life, before we can actually wake up to our psychic gifts, to our, you know, connection to God again. Like, it's like we have to dance with the devil. He brought me to God, though. Like, I had to be with the devil in order to be brought to God. And I feel like God can bring you to the devil so that you can find him again. Like, that's what happened to me. I feel like I probably growing up, I was like always kind of like, oh, I hate the word God, blah blah blah. like, what God, silly church, blah blah blah. I don't go to church, but you know, I say God, but it's like the universal energy, spirit, whatever you resonate with and want to call it. But it's like, I think I denied a lot of that self growing up. I denied God in a way, and it's like he brought me to the worst parts of life, like being in being with the devil. I feel like I lived with the devil. I lived in hell for so long, like living in hell in order to come back to heaven, in order to find God again. It's fucking fascinating why we have to live in hell to get to heaven sometimes, but it's so beautiful because it's like, how can you really appreciate the beauty of this earth, the beauty of life, the beauty of yourself, the beauty of God, the beauty of everything you've been given in life without experiencing hell, without experiencing the worst things in life. And I mean, it's amazing the people who don't have to experience such horrible, horrible experiences, but in order to, you know, awaken to their path, in order to awaken to their purpose and all that stuff. But the people who do, like, fuck, you've had to go through the trenches in life and you've still made it out. Like, that's amazing. It's so amazing. We're just rambling, guys. I guess I could share a little bit about my intuitive gifts while we're chatting. I don't have a word for it. Do you guys have a word for your intuitive gifts? Because it's like, I don't like to label anything in life anymore. I'm so over like labels in general. I just say intuitive because it's like a broad baseline term. But I definitely resonate with being claircognizant, clairaudient, clairsentient, like having all of those aspects with my intuitive gifts. And then, you know, just I talk to God, I walk with God, you know, I get signs and messages every single day from my angels all day, every day, and it's like the most important, beautiful fucking relationship of my entire life that I never, like, I never thought was possible in this world, you know. I always loved the idea of magic and you know, in that way, when, you know, all the girls growing up, you resonate with magic and just the magic energy of this world, you know, the witchy goodness, we're all drawn to that. A lot of us are, at least the mystics in life, we're all drawn to all that. But but yeah, like, it's my most cherished relationship in life, and it's my most I don't share it with the world. Like, I think people who are this way a lot of the times, like, so many people are intuitive, they just don't talk about it, right? It's because we don't talk about it, because it's so cherished and so important to self, is just that relationship with your higher self and with my faith. It's so beautiful to know, like, I'm completely divinely guided every single day, and like, I can always turn to my faith and my angels and talk to them if I ever need an answer, you know. It's beautiful, and it makes like this world so much more magical. Like, when I go out on any time I'm like out in the world, I'm seeing signs and given signs all day, every day, and like, I can't even say how, because there's just like endless forms, whether it's like signs, pictures, music, images, words, like, there's just endless ways, and it feels so fucking fun. Like, it makes the day-to-day life that I live just so much more magical, and I'm just so grateful to have magic like this in my life. And I say the word magic, but it's just like, I think it's also, I've anchored in like 5D in a way into my 3D reality. Like, I personally resonate with, like, no matter where I am in this world now, I live in heaven. Like, I now have the positive perspective to where I see heaven everywhere. I see happiness and I'm happy everywhere. Like, I walk with God everywhere. Like, it's just, it's so beautiful, and I'm just forever effing grateful. And I think a reason why I'm in this perspective all the time now is from, of course, everything I went through with cancer to truly shake me awake in that way, but also I live in gratitude so deeply, and I practice everything I've done from all my self-care and everything I do to level myself up on a consistent basis, I think just like enhances this side of life for me, because the more I live in my alignment, the more I walk my purpose path, the more I walk with God, like the more I do what I'm supposed to do, what I'm being told internally to do in life, the more the magic comes into me. It's just, it's so beautiful, guys. I could gush about it forever. Yeah, a lot of the times I don't like want to put words to things, or just talk about it with people, because it's like, how can you really talk about certain things when it's like no one will understand besides you and your angels, or you and God? Like, it's like, but that's also what's so beautiful, is because it's like you're never fucking alone in life. Like, God is always with us. I'm sorry for people who don't resonate with the word God, but I just use the word God. But it's like, to know that I always will have like this beautiful divine relationship in my life, no matter what. Like, it makes being a human a little like less, it takes that weight off. It's like less stressful to know like I'm always taken care of, and I'm always given signs and communication every single day, and connection every single day. Oh, it's magical. Oh, it's divine. Oh, this is like frozen. Oh, I love you guys. And we all go on such a different hero's journey, right? It's so magical. I just find people fascinating, right? Because our stories and our journeys are so unique, and I just think it's so blessed that we're all so different in this way, but we all come to, not all of us, but some of us come to our own awakenings in different ways. We come to our faith in different ways. We come to our higher selves, our best versions in different ways. And that's so magical. That's why I think it's so powerful to share it more with others, because we're never supposed to, I don't think personally that we're supposed to change others, but we're supposed to change ourselves and up level ourselves. And if we can show that to others, then they can do the same for themselves. Then they can do the same for themselves. That's all you can do in this world. You can never change someone. You can only change yourself and be that reflection for them, so that they can change themselves, so that they can up-level themselves. And that truly brings you a lot more peace in life, because when you're not trying to change and fix people, less attachment, less burden. Just walk with yourself, and then you bring the right people to you. It brings the right people to you. You help the right people just by being you. Like, so magical. I love you guys. I hope you're doing really good. If you're intuitive as well, I'd love to know in the comments what signs you get all the time, or not specifically signs, but if you get messages and you talk to your angels every day like me. I'm grateful to share on YouTube, because I think it's a little less of a harsher place, and you guys are more open-minded in that way. I would like to see if I can pull the chat up. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could, honestly, because I'd like to see your comments. I know some people have been commenting. I'm sorry. I need to get more technologically advanced. This is my little symbol in life. Came to me this past winter. I am divinely protected. I am divinely guided. I am divinely protected. I am divinely guided. I'm so grateful to be me. And that's the thing, like, I feel like going through such pain, going through such death really made me just like so happy with myself again in life. It's crazy. I think when we neglect self for so long, some of us just like I said, have to go through severe things in order to come back to self, in order to come back to God. But when we do, it's just you just live in gratitude. You can't help it. Like, and that's why sometimes I wonder, like, with my life path, like, I just feel so different than others because I just see everything in a different perspective now. Like, everyone's issues in life and all this stuff, I'm like, okay, yes, I see your point, but I also see the higher perspective of how you can change your life and how you can make the best of something and blah blah blah. And I think that's just such a gift in itself as well, to now have like a constant higher perspective, to now be constantly in tune with divine guidance and given messages and signs every day, and just always being able to see the bright side, or see the lesson, or see the teaching and the learning in something. Like, everything really is a gift and a catalyst, even if it's fucking horrible. Even if it's fucking horrible. If it's sickness, if you're not, and if you're addicted to something, if you are overweight, if you're like going through, trauma, bad relationships, all these things, they're literally being forced into your reality to get you to get out of it, to wake up from it. Like, it's all just asking you to change. Like, that's why I think God brings all these things to us. Like, we're only brought something's my words, you guys, this is why I don't come on here as much, but we're trying to open up the throat chakra in life and become a better speaker. Okay, that's the goal, that's the vibe. No, but things only come to us because they're supposed to come to us, because we're at that level. We're at that level, and we're being given the opportunity to move up to the next level. I really do look at life as like we are in this video game and there's endless levels, and the only way to get to the next level is to go through the level that you're on now and awaken in the certain level that you're on now. And then you move to the next level, and you move to the next level, and you move to the next level. Like, I recently, even this summer, I've definitely seen myself moving up quite a few levels in my own personal life. And it's fucking fascinating. But you can't move past it. You have to move through it, It's the only way. It's the only way. And I know it sucks sometimes, but it's the only way. But it's the most beautiful way too, because it gives you the most learnings. The most learnings. How are we gonna grow without the shit? How are we gonna grow without the challenges, It just makes us learn more about ourselves. It just makes us find more faith. It just makes us grow. Like, it really does. I wouldn't be coming back to myself or be who I am now without going through everything I went through. It's really beautiful, and I just want to bring a positive perspective to you today. I probably did not talk about like half the stuff I actually wanted to talk about in this video, but that's okay. I would love to just start like coming on lives more with you guys and hanging out so I can get more comfortable speaking in front of the camera. I made a little video a couple days ago for cancer survivors, just about like after cancer and taking care of your body. So that'll probably come up on YouTube in a couple days. And I just want to get comfy with posting more long form content and hanging out with you guys. I'm so grateful for this platform. I hope you guys are really enjoying having me on here. I am having a lot of fun. I post shorts every single day. I really enjoy making short form content, and I just want to keep like getting better at my craft and everything I do, right? Like, that's the thing. The level up never stops in life. We just have to keep going and being consistent. And, like, through being consistent in life, we keep getting better and we keep growing, we keep expanding. It's a crazy, beautiful world, right? Crazy, beautiful, weird world. But I'm so happy to be here. But I'm so happy to be here. Alright, I'm gonna go now. I love you. And we'll talk soon. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here.